What's up guys, I'm back once again to show you some of the hot mods of the week. And in this week's episode, we have two brand new weapon mods, as well as a retexture for all of the ballistic weapons in the game. But to kick things off, as is becoming a bit of a tradition, we have a retexture mod for all of the reactors in the game. And of course, I'm talking about Powersphere UHD. And what this mod is going to do is retexture all of the power spheres in the game, everything from the concrete to the metal, with a brand new 4K texture. Now, I have reviewed several files by this particular mod author, and these mods never cease to amaze me. Not only are these retextures absolutely insane, but the frequency in which mods are put out is almost as if this mod author was an actual game developer. But anyway, let's move on to the next mod. But this is not the only retexture mod that we're going to be taking a look at in today's episode. We also have the Ballistic Series, and what this mod is going to do is add a high definition repaint to 4 of the ballistic weapons in Fallout 4. And these are the submachine gun, including the Silver Shroud gun, the combat rifle, the combat shotgun, and finally the assault rifle. And this mod is going to come in a choice of 6 files: 2K, 2K ESL, 2K loose, 4K, 4K ESL, and 4K loose. So if you're still a fan of using the default weapons from the vanilla game, then maybe this mod is worth a download. And of course, this week's weapon mod is the Mekanika Uru SMG, and you can acquire this weapon from vendors and from enemies starting from level 15 and gradually increasing in amounts up until level 30. And in terms of upgrades, you have the choice of 12 receivers, 4 barrels, 3 stocks, 2 mags, 2 sights, and finally 3 muzzle attachments including none. Now, when it comes to this weapon, there was one thing that became very obvious to me very quickly, and that is the audio. And what I mean by that is the lack of. Here is the firing sound for the Mechanica SMG compared to a few other weapons that I commonly use. Notice how the SMG is not only quieter, but hardly makes any noise at all. But anyway, moving on, this weapon actually uses the SMG reload animation, and with this being the case, there is some minor clipping at the top of the magazine, so the mod author heavily recommends that you use the mod Grab the Damn Mag, so I will also leave a link to that mod down below. Now, it seems that in terms of modding, Fallout 4 is never short of Call of Duty mods, whether it be weapons or armour. And that's going to bring us on to the next mod, Modern Warfare Farah. And what this mod is going to do is add in Farah's outfit into Fallout 4. And you can acquire this armour at a chem station under the Modern Warfare Armour section. And it's going to cost you a very small amount of crafting materials and have no perk requirements. And in terms of stats, it's going to offer you 50 ballistic resistance, 45 energy resistance, and 45 cold resistance, as well as 1 strength and 1 agility. And in terms of upgrades, you have a choice of the standard lining mods and 6 brand new weave mods. Now, this armour is female only, so of course it's compatible with CBBE. So if you're looking to add a little bit more Call of Duty into your Fallout 4, then maybe this mod is worth a download. Now, the next mod I have for you is Fallout 3 First Aid Box Replacer, and this mod is going to do exactly as it describes. All of the first aid boxes in the game are now going to look like they did back in Fallout 3. So if you're more of a fan of the older Fallout games and want your Fallout 4 to feel a bit more nostalgic, then maybe this is your kind of mod. Now, in this video, we've already taken a look at Modern Warfare Farah, but this is not the only armor mod that we're going to be taking a look at in today's episode. We also have Enforcer, and what this mod is going to do is add in 2 brand new armors and several brand new accessories. And usually that would be enough for an armor mod, but not for this one. Anyway, we'll get onto that later. And as for armors, you have the Justice Department jacket and trousers, which is going to give you 10 ballistic resistance, 5 energy resistance, and give you 2 endurance. And the Long Walk Duster, which is going to give you 45 ballistic resistance, 80 energy resistance, and +1 charisma. And as for accessories, you have the Justice Department visor and the Long Walk hat, or a combination of both. Anyway, to get your hands on these pieces, what you're going to need to do is to head to Uncle Joe's Bounty Shop, just outside Diamond City. Here you'll find a mannequin containing all of the pieces I've shown. But this is not all of the armour added by this mod. If you look under the table that you first see after entering the cell, you will find a button that unlocks a secret door. And if you look to one of the drawers inside of this room, you will find that it contains 3 more brand new pieces of armour. The Mantle of Death, the Face of Death, and the Justice Death Department badge. And of course, all of these armours are going to work on both male and female characters. But as I mentioned earlier, this mod is not only going to add in all of these different armour pieces, but also going to add in a player home. And between the main room and the hidden room, you're going to have access to every kind of workbench, including a free set of power armour. But anyway, between the armours and the player home, this is certainly one heck of an amazing mod. So if you're looking to add a little bit more Judge Dredd into your Fallout 4, then look no further. And the second weapon mod for this week's episode is the Welrod Mk II, and you can acquire this weapon from one of the trailers at the beginning of Thicket Excavation. And me not thinking to check these trailers before walking past them, spent the best part of 5 minutes clearing out enemies and looking around this location trying to find it, assuming it would be on the lower levels, just to find it as I was leaving. But anyway, in terms of modding, I've definitely put more time into previous mods and got less out of it, so wasting 5 minutes really doesn't bother me. But anyway, in terms of upgrades, this is what you have to choose from. Yep, I'm not joking. But to be fair, this weapon really doesn't need upgrades, as it already does enough damage to one-shot most enemies, providing that they're not too heavily armoured, and it really helps if you can get a sneak bonus. But anyway, what I found really interesting about this weapon is that it's not something that the mod author just pulled out of their brain. This weapon actually exists in real life, and I don't know why, but just knowing that made my appreciation for this weapon go up significantly. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for this mod, and the video for that matter. I hope you all enjoyed the mods here today, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you all in the next video.